Okay. Yes, we are live. Check and make sure this is running correctly. All right, it's looking good. You may notice some slight differences because just today, I have flipped over from using Streamlabs to using just regular old Open Broadcast Studio. And so without further ado, we're going to get into the game. So if you are jumping into the chat, please let me know if anything is going on that is weird. So otherwise, I may very well have no idea. This is a different interface for me. So we'll see how it goes. And I just... this. Just copy this. Yeah. How does that look? Nope, that just does the channel. Okay. So I need to work a bit more with this subscription type of thing. To get different Discord channels to talk to each other, and then hopefully I won't have to paste this everywhere when I sit down to do streaming. Alrighty then. Let's get down to it. Okay, and we are still fighting Malekith the Black Blade, who's a big ol' angry boy. I forgot the drink, so I'll have to drink after going through the fog door. We roll once because that guy almost always messes us up. That's upheaval. Cool. It'll give me a bit of a reset on the fight so that I can be positioned where I want to be. That was too early on the roll. Oh, okay. I tried to see if I could engage with that loop, because I know that I can jump into his face after he does the sidestep. What I wasn't sure about is this a safe thing to do? Should I do this? The answer is no. Probably don't do that. It's not a safe move. If I can take out this boss, the next thing to do is just going to be practicing Melania, however long that takes. And that's certain to be a bear and a half. Okay, now we're stepping into the arena with the right buffs. Okay. Chose the sequence that we don't get to punish. rolled too early, so I had to roll a second time. We dealt more damage to him there than I expected. Interesting. I'm guessing that has to do with counter hit properties or something like that. I saw that on the Lich Dragon as well. That being said, we hit him too late, so we weren't safe. That's because of the double roll. So if I make that mistake again, I cannot take a full charge attack. I forgot which mixed physics components I'm using. I think I'm using the charge, but I might be doing the, I might actually be using the resistance tier, the opaline bubble tier. I'll check after this. I've just forgotten. Yeah, so I don't think this is secretly Garank or anything like that. I think they're definitely two different characters. Being said, if Garank ever gives me trouble again, I will know what to do. Ouch. Oh, I don't want to take that hit. Oh. Took a hit drinking my blue juice. That's the upheaval. That was a too early dodge. That was also a as a mistime dodge as well. That's a big hit. Phase 2. Dead? Yep. Ah. Yeah, figuring out the phase 2 is just where we're at. We just gotta find a way to learn it in between the deaths. I think we're going to be seeing largely slower attacks in Phase 2, which is nice. Oh, I forgot to check what tier type I was using. Let's see, items I know are about fine where they are. I could, if I wanted to, put the turtle shell shield in my back or something like that. I don't think that's important at this point. Okay. Oh. Bit of an unfortunate error in that sequence. My character started crouching, and I, like, didn't catch it immediately. Like, what's going on? I'm not moving the right speed. Big hit. I lost my resolve just before I actually got to do the hit. Upheaval. Okay. Bit of a scrape there. Phase 2. Okay. That is all firing projectiles. Okay. First time I've seen that attack. So, good to note, when he's doing the spinny thing, he is firing projectiles. Seems a pretty regular cadence, like a 1, 2, 3. I came back to life without full health again. That seems to happen sometimes. Yeah, okay, I am on spike cracked. Nice. I'm not sure how committed I am to Dragon Crest Shield +2, but if I actually put down the Dragon Crest +2, the things I would need to do to get me more damage do put me in one-shot range for the whole fight. I'm in one-shot range for the second phase, so I'm not sure how important it is to avoid being there. It's just gonna happen. A matter for deliberation. But he did hit me with some things in phase 2 there that were not like too bad on damage. I needed to be hard locked onto him for that. That is my least favorite attack. It's very random whether or not I'm going to get hit by that. It's not random, but it's difficult to judge the delay on it, and it happens in a pretty immediate way. Like, before he releases, there's no audio or visual telegraph. It's just a set amount of time, and that's how it's going to work. Take it or leave it. That's right, I'm not supposed to dodge forward on the backhand stab. Oh. I really need him to position differently. There we go. I lost Royal Resolve before I could get the hit. You gotta come to me. There we go. Come out from behind there. There we go. Phase 2. Okay, that was a no. That was a random thought. I think the key to second phase is going to be not breaking distance with him, but it looks like he has some maneuvers where he's going to kind of prance away and make that difficult. He hasn't actually like stepped back from me very much before, so I was kind of wondering if I could just get in under a blind spot with a big hit. But I can't be that cheeky. I wonder how many death roots I've actually got left. I think it's only like 3 or 4 maybe. There's a couple different catacombs I haven't explored, and some of a lot of the catacombs tend to have them. I think one of the heroes' graves that I was exploring before had a death root in it. Hey, never mind what I said earlier. I need to look at his arm more carefully. Trying to get to about the right range to prompt the right kind of attack. Ah, unlucky one shot. That's also one where I'm like, maybe a quarter second away from being able to dodge, or my dodge doesn't take. Just like, it's really razor thin. Like, if he makes that particular choice, I need to be buffering out the dodge, and I may not have the time to buffer out the dodge if my reply with the jumping R2 was a little too late. I know that it's a valid punish window. It's just a tricky one. And the damage from his response is just really random. Even with my mitigation being as high as it is right now. It can only go like 1 or 2 points higher. Upheaval. Perfect. I'm not going to take that one so that I can drink. I dodged too early. He's trying to get in faster. Well, phase 1's gotten pretty methodical at this point. Honestly, the fact that I can so reliably navigate his, like, stabbing sequence is really nice. It's actually a good, reliable opening. Because he doesn't really have a variable on it. Once he's locked it in, I mean, he can technically backdash out of it and not give me the opening. But that tends to happen most often when I backroll the reverse script stab, and if I don't do that, it tends to work out. Oh, I didn't get killed. I'm gonna back up so that we don't fight in this really awful part of the map. Upheaval. Phase 2. Okay, so that had a big burst at the end of it. And then he did a howl. I need to be aware of the howl. So he can go up on pillars in the middle of the combo. That thing he did on the floor with the burst, if I was at the right distance from it, I think I could have gone in for a hit. Why am I not at full health? Something is weird about his attacks. Like the Deathfire on them looks like there's a glitch where the Black Blade dot damage or something like that persists after respawn, which is really weird. No idea how that would have to be coded for it to happen that way. But yeah, I got 2 hits on the second phase. That's a start. And they were 2 safe hits. I got killed by something that was unrelated to the openings I took. Figures. Why does the arena even have borders like that if he's gonna run at me first thing? Come on. Let me actually get into the fight. Yep. Slowly get there. My resolve wore off. This will be a good one. Upheaval? Please, camera, no. A little too close there. See, why can't we fight over here more often? This place is nice. Why don't you take me out to nice places anymore? Okay, he's not open after doing that, which is really annoying. I wasn't sure if he would have an opening on that. So there was a guy posting over in the RL1 subreddit, the One Bros subreddit. It stretches across all the games. And he had some sentiments that I really appreciated and agreed with about Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, bosses basically don't have stamina limits. And I don't think bosses strictly have a stamina gauge in other Dark Souls games, but they kind of act like they do, because they do a sequence of attacks, and then they, you know, chill out. They take a moment. Bosses in Elden Ring just seem to kind of go from one thing into the next. Sometimes they even finish a sequence and then jump out so that you don't get to hurt them. And it makes it really annoying to play the game like good old-fashioned melee style. Yeah, he like snagged me in a bad way in terms of his character model when he decided to do that particular follow-up. So I had to time the dodge correctly, and I just did it too early. It's very on display with Margit the Fell. Both Margit and Morgott can just kind of keep attacking all the time. They don't ever actually need to stop. They can always extend their combo based on your position. There are maybe 2 attacks that strictly cause them to actually stop. And they're also set up and programmed to throw out really hard punishes after some of their more open attacks, after like a small delay. Like, Margit the Fell will almost always like to use his triple sword attack if you take advantage of his hammer opening. Which feels really lame, because like, when am I supposed to actually hit the boss? Give me a break. Okay, so that sequence, the sidestep stab, I can use that as the startup of another melee block. Oh, he actually hit me with that. He's almost never in range of that when he uses it, so I kind of took for granted that it would miss. Yeah, that's pretty great. Dodging in there was a mistake, so I won't get my opening. Phase 2. Yeah. So no matter what it looks like, I cannot punish the first swing he does. I need to wait for him to do the second thing. I don't think I can even... I might be able to rolling R1 in between those 2 moves. As I'm trying for, like, roll to R2, and that's way too slow. Roll to R1 I might be able to do. Gotta test those limits. Getting Moog killed had a lot to do with pushing the limits of where we could actually fit in certain attacks. I heard this boss actually got nerfed a bit with the same patch, with the balance patch that came out before. Like, they nerfed his attack speed on certain attacks. I don't know which ones were adjusted. Ouch. Yeah, this is him nerfed. He got slowed down. I don't know if it was phase 1 or phase 2 that got slowed down. Or just the entire fight. But apparently they slowed down some of his attacks. It's noteworthy that he is a mandatory boss. They haven't nerfed Melania yet or some other difficult fights because they're not on the main story path. They changed the hitboxes on Star Scourge Radahn as well. But in Star Scourge Radahn's case, he actually had some hitboxes that were kind of broken. They really didn't line up with his weapons. But yeah, this is theoretically a nerfed fight. I rolled in, so he replied differently. Locked into healing for a bit there. Buffer dodge killed me. Stretch it out. There we go. There we go. Come on. Whew. I'm gonna check. It's actually hot in this room. I thought it was just because I got out of the shower, but it might actually be some junk heater. Yeah, it was 77 degrees up in here. The Virginia weather does not like to stay consistent, and I keep having to switch it between heater or AC because mine is not super fancy. It can't do like automatic balancing. Did I set that up? I don't know if that actually works. Let me set a stream marker just in case. That's not cool. It's really not cool. For those who aren't aware, that was the knight outside the arena using his lightning attack to kill me. Which can apparently track through the frickin' door. gonna send that thing to highlight reel. Bit of a flub there. Yeah. I can't afford to make that kind of mistake. That being said, that amount of health is what we can do with one hit. That feels good. Like I said, we're hitting for sometimes like 1,000 damage. I think the boss's health is somewhere in the ballpark of 10,000. It might be like 11,000. Yeah, I don't know how much offset or delay you might be getting, because to some extent it's based on the internet connection, and it varies from time to time how delayed the video is. There we go. And another big one. As on me, I didn't even react, like, at all. Would you like to come out from behind that pillar, please? Phase 2. What the? He actually bugged out. Okay, so he does 3 little swings and then he flings himself, but like, come on. What the heck? Program your boss better. I mean, I guess that's a failsafe, is he's built to not stick around. It's where the heck did my stream thingy go? Where's OBS? Okay, there we go. I had like one too many icons and it was falling off. I'll have to adjust that later. There's really some blooper reel moments. I'll have to put one of those together. I don't think that many crazy things tend to happen to me. But I've had about, I've had 3 things happen to me over the course of Elden Ring that felt like real blooper reel moments. Ouch. I almost dodged wrong and got hit by something. Upheaval. Don't crouch, you goober. Ouch. I'll just drink here. That's a kill? Okay. That attack is really annoying at RL1, but anything that's shotgun style is very annoying when your defense is restricted. And we have some pretty handy defensive restrictions. I am starting to think I should just do a setup that uses, like, maybe even the branch sword. But almost certainly use the blue dancer charm. I forgot to drink my potion. Woo! It's fine. I don't need to see. Like, nobody needs a camera angle to play this game. Seriously spent this entire attempt under pillars. And, like, weird... Oh! So that's a thing. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to heal. Is he reducing my health when he hits me with that? Maybe that... Yeah, he's applying a lot of debuffs if he hits with that. That's why I'm respawning with my health not maxed out. Is because he's actually hitting me with a health reduction debuff when he hits with that projectile. Okay. We're gonna vary it up. We're gonna do weird stuff. This takes my power up by like 60 attack power. This is also worthless if I'm trying this out. So we could go with the Axe Talisman. Yeah, the right to use the Red Feather Branch Sword. Let me try it with the Axe Talisman. Why not? Okay, so this is our purple little butt. I actually just like to look at a character wearing pants, so we're just gonna wear the lightest possible pants we can. We lose 5 attack power in exchange for pants. I'm gonna call that fair. Let's see what we can do. If we get hit, we're absolutely dead. But whatever. Phase 2, we cannot take any single hit at all anyway. So this isn't a huge change. Plus, I can start using Exalted Flesh on the fight. I think I have a decent stock of that, but I'm not sure. It depends on my Arteria leaves. Yep, I'm in favor of pants. Oh, you know, if I'm using this setup, I could actually go hunt down the Ritual Sword Charm as well. So I'm going to think about that. But first, we're going to switch this with Exalted Flesh, which will give us... I think Exalted Flesh is like a 10% physical damage buff. Might be a 15%. And it lasts for probably about a minute or so. Most of your good boss fights are like 3 minutes, give or take. If they last much longer than that, it tends to be a very big slog that just involves a ton of waiting. Like, I've seen people online fighting against the Godskin duo and having like 7-minute fights. Evil. Dang, he hit me. But we've gained about 150 damage baseline on our charge attacks. Well, not baseline, but we've gained 150 on our charge attacks without Royal Resolve, and after Royal Resolve, that should mean we gained about, it's an 80% damage boost from Royal Resolve. So, plus 140, yeah. It's 80. If we're getting 150 damage boost, then 80 on top of that is 120. So those attacks will have gained 290 damage, so they should be doing about 1,300, give or take. $1,350. Phase 2. Okay, he dropped on the third there instead of continuing to swing. And that's probably because I was close enough for him to drop. Well, we can get to phase 2 a lot faster now. Also, the fact that we're popping up those stuns makes me think. I wonder... What if we changed out the physic for the physic that gets us to stun faster? More likely to break enemy stances. Let's try the Stone Barb and see what the difference is like. We're going to lose some damage on our charge attacks, which is really, really sad. Tragic, honestly. I don't know if I'll be able to survive. So we were doing 1350. We'll see what the difference is. And in exchange, we might be able to get a stun more easily. The stun itself is like 2,000 damage, so, eh. That dodge was too early for that attack. Yeah, I think the exchange probably isn't worthwhile. The charge attack bonus is really, really special. So I'll keep going with this. It's a lot of damage. I really wish there were not this guy out in front of the boss door. You know, I haven't tried in a while to kill him. Let me try one more time to kill him. Because I really want to be able to buff freely outside of the boss fight. But that hits me here. which is the entire reason I don't try to fight this guy. His hitboxes are just stupid. It's just, like, really crazy. If he had the same hitboxes as Loretta, I could just murder the crap out of him. If he had hitboxes even remotely similar to Loretta. Honestly, if his axe hit where it hit, like where it actually slammed the floor, I wouldn't have to worry about it. Because as it is, I don't think I can necessarily... Well, no, I could use a rune arc, like, way back there and still make it in. Royal Resolve didn't quite last long enough. Oh. Ah, that didn't kill me. Pretty cool. Upheaval. Whew, I couldn't see that attack. Like, I couldn't see the timing of it. So I'm very glad I was far away enough to not die. Phase 2. I'm out of blue. And I'm dead. That was a dumb drink. So he always starts with that same attack, and I'm pretty sure the only thing I can do against that attack is roll R1, and that's just what I need to do. I need to be satisfied with that, no matter how much more I want to be able to hurt him. I just need to be okay with the fact that all I get is a roll R1. Totally seems like he's gonna sit there for a bit. Because it's a weirdly slow attack with a weird amount of delay, but it's just not enough for me to hit him with anything serious. I think it might be just enough time for me to drink something at the very beginning of the phase and then get the dodge because of his delayed startup. He's got some travel time. I might be able to get away with that. Whether or not I can stun him has very little to do with me and everything to do with how much he feels like throwing stuff. Oh, that just didn't hit him. That's fun. Upheaval? I'm gonna call that his cheap trick combo. Except that he's got he's got two cheap trick combos. Because if he does the floor burst into backdash stone barrage, that's a real crapshoot for me. And the other one that I call the cheap trick combo would be upheaval into Stone Barrage. Because I can't stay near him during upheaval. I cannot see him when upheaval lands. He doesn't have big audio cues, really. It's mostly visual. Honestly, though, the speed the game goes at, and the way the bosses have worked, I've had a very, very difficult time picking out an audio cue for almost any boss in this game. The timing on that one is just fussy. Like, sometimes that gets me and sometimes it doesn't, and it's based on how clean my inputs are for getting the punish. Mostly it's based on did I get the dodge off early enough. If the dodge is too late, I can't actually get the opening before I can dodge again, but I can't tell. Like, it is an infinitesimal difference. Infinitesimal. It's real persnickety. But I was getting killed by that sometimes even when I was in all the armor, so not a huge difference if I get killed by that one way or another. Okay, that one didn't kill me before. That is a mistake I make sometimes. Most of his sidesteps come with fast attacks, or they come with an attack that hits right at the end of his sidestep. That attack hits notably later, so I need to be able to pick out the telegraph for that attack while he's sidestepping, because he does hold the dagger in the reverse grip for the sidestep when he's going to do that attack. I'm down to just 8 more Exalted Flesh, so I'm going to hold off on it for a while. I don't think it's providing too big a bonus anyway. I'm not sure. I could also be throwing Grease into the mix. I mean, I could be using Grease, I could be using Rune Arcs. That was on me. I was hard on the B button. I felt it after I died. Like, I needed to let off the B button sooner. So honestly, the damage that we're theoretically getting from the Exalted Flesh, I'm not really feeling either way. Because I thought 750 was what I was doing with the charge attack anyway. For the non-resolve charge attack. So I'm not confident I'm getting a meaningful bonus out of that. It's possible that the bonus is being overwritten by something else I've got. I don't know what, though. Really? Okay. Upheaval. can. Do I need to stand differently or just do something else? I've gotten him with this safely before. I just have to buffer it a bit more. But not that much. Because he's got 2 different attacks that throw rocks after you hit him with a combo. He's got backstep throw rocks and sidestep throw rocks. Backstep throw rocks is way faster. Backstep throw rocks is so fast, I basically need to buffer out the dodge. Sidestep throw rocks is a regular, like, timed dodge type of thing. I know that's unsafe. I know that one's unsafe. I can't even do a rolling R1 after that attack. Because he has no delay after he does the pull up from the floor. None whatsoever. He's basically already free to act. It's about the same as hitting him in neutral. Now he's gonna throw stuff at me for like 3 attack cycles or something. There we go. Upheaval? That was not upheaval. Dang it. He didn't put his knife in his mouth. He did the overhand plunge, so I thought it was upheaval. But I read it wrong. His other claw attack, I think, comes from an underhand plunge, but I'm not sure. They might both come from... I think they actually both come from the same start animation. I just read it wrong. I was too close. Too eager to get him. Come on, we gotta get back to phase 2. I am very bored with phase 1. This is what makes a character feel similar to Lady Maria. It's these fights where I'm kind of already bored of phase 1, but phase 1 still sometimes kills me with some random scenarios. I couldn't tell he was throwing. That was my mistake. I've messed up on that particular animation a couple of times. It doesn't look. It's somewhat similar to his like whirling backstep thing, but it doesn't take him as far. He doesn't do as much of a flip. And he grabs some stones while he's doing it to throw at you. You can actually probably stay on Cerulean Tears the whole fight. Upheaval. That attack is one that I don't actually have a good solution for when I'm playing without armor. I can't always tell that he's going to do it either. It's funny that if his cooldown was like half a second longer, I could do all of this stuff no problem. It's actually something that a couple other players have noted on, is the player's attack speed is like Dark Souls 2 speed, but you have to fight bosses that come out of Bloodborne. Which is part of why almost everybody is just using straight swords or like weirdly fast weapons. That was some good flexibility. It's a flowchart, man. Why doesn't this work anymore? This was working before. I'm gonna have to go back to the armored setup. Ugh. Even then, the armored setup was only surviving that attack half the time. It's just a pain in the neck. Pretty sure I was using Blithe set. Yeah, it's all on medium. This no longer gives us any kind of benefit. I kind of want to go hunt down the ritual sword. Replace the axe talisman with that. No, that's right. For the mitigation strat, I was using the Dragon Crest +2. It's an extra 10% physical mitigation. I don't know if I can do without that, but I would like to have the Ritual Sword Talisman. Where is the Ritual Sword Talisman? It is in the Lux Ruins, northwest from the Altus Plateau Site of Grace. Field trip. I think it might be over here, or maybe over here. Which Site of Grace did that say? It just says Altus Plateau Site of Grace. Alright. So first of all, which ruins are these? These are the ruins. Okay, it's here. Yeah. It might be up there. Yeah, it's gonna be up this mountainside somewhere. Well, that does not lead up. Hmm. Oh, come on. I'm gonna get up there, and once I'm up there, I'm gonna see, oh, there was like a spirit spring I could have taken that would have made it super easy. Barely an inconvenience. All right. So we've got April Fools tomorrow. I don't think there's any, like, funny games I could sit down to play. I'm meeting with some friends in the evening anyhow, so I don't think I'm gonna have the time to stream. Gotta cook up a dinner and all that good stuff. Oh. Just that sheep in particular earned my ire in a very, very non-specific way. Fun fact, your horse is also healed when you use a flask. I need to kill a demi-human queen somewhere in these ruins. I wouldn't usually go around killing everything, but some of this stuff is going to help out. You are kidding me! Oh, it's the type that just teleports somewhere else nearby. Right? I thought I kept hearing it somewhere. Guessing the demi-human queen that I need to get is down in here. Alright, we're in the bounds of America Stake. Hello, don't you look spooky? You kidding me? No big deal. Not with a plus 25 weapon. It's just a basic Altus Plateau encounter. That nets us the Ritual Sword. Handy. With the Ritual Sword, while we're at full health, we get 10% extra damage. Doesn't say how much attack power, but it should be about 10%. Also, now that we've killed their queen, nobody in these ruins will be in the mood to attack us. Which is handy, but pretty unimportant at this point. Is there anything in here? No? Yeah, okay. Everything around here is really just going to hammer home that my exploration of the Altus Plateau was very cursory. I think that marker's there because there's still something in the Wyndham Ruins and the Wyndham Catacombs. I cleared the Gelmir hero's grave at long last. That's enough of that. Back to the boss. Even if it is unpleasant, I really just gotta crunch this guy until I can figure him out. He's not as ridiculous a fight as Millennia. Millennia appears to be a super nasty fight. Go back to some crab. I think that might be pretty helpful. Yeah, the possible attack power from the Blue Dancer Charm is really crazy. Ouch. This'll phase to him. Nice big hit. Wow, even the roll R1 doesn't actually hit because he just jumps away before it can hit him. I do not like it when a boss with that much of a sword covers that much ground. he's also not always responding in that way. He's not always doing that. So it makes sense that he's not obligated at the beginning of a combo, but when the heck is he obligated? Because half the time I see him just leap off onto a pillar and start doing other random crap. If his second phase is ambiguous enough, I might need to watch a video about how to fight him. Because if everything he does in that phase one-shots me, it's going to be very, very difficult to learn how to conduct myself in that phase. I wasn't really prepared to take advantage of that one. That's good. Oh, I thought he was gonna do the forward walking one. But he just did the ground burst one. So, the gold standard of boss design in the Dark Souls series is, by many accounts, the first fight with Gwyn. Artorias of the Abyss, absolutely. I like Manus to an extent. I don't like everything that Manus does, the Father of the Abyss, and that's in the first DLC. Hume Knight, Sir Alan in Dark Souls 2. Those are both very good. And then in Dark Souls 3, there's a really good groove because there's a lot of really excellent fights. The Abyss Watchers, a pretty good fight. But once you know exactly how it works, it starts to get a little boring. In Dark Souls 3, though, basically every single fight in the Dark Souls 3 DLC is amazing. And not all for the same reason, either. I might die here? Cool. Because there's the Abyss Dragon Midear is an amazing fight because he has literally like the most polite telegraphs in all of Dark Souls. So it's cool for him to be like this big epic dude because he's immensely fair in the way he sets up all of his attacks. And the other big fight in the Dark Souls 3 DLC, there's the Old Demons, which is a very important management fight, but everything they do, they're very patterned. Like, those guys do basically 3 different attack strings, and that's it. And then once you've figured out, like, their 3 big things, you'll get all the way through Phase 1, because Phase 1 only has about 3 or 4 behaviors that either of them do. And they're pretty telegraphed behaviors, too. Very standard timings. And then Phase 2 is very reminiscent of Phase 1. It's just like a bigger, badder Phase 1. They also have pretty strict hitboxes on where they can hit you. they don't hit everywhere around them, so there's a lot of places near them that are pretty safe. And then, of course, you've got Slave Knight Gale, the final boss of that DLC. That, I'm pretty confident, didn't actually touch me. I would like to see that instant replay, slow motion, 360 camera. Let's pull in all the NFL technology to showcase that blade whizzing past my face and somehow hurting me. Most hitboxes actually work. There's like a bubble around the weapon as it swings in. I was in the very outside of that bubble, like barely touched. So Slave Knight Gale, what I find that is noteworthy about him is he's probably only got 2 or 3 attacks that actually kill you outright. He's got a lot of things that are liable to nick you or like diminish your health. He's got several things that are very troublesome that you need to avoid by like having a plan. But he doesn't have basically anything that snap kills you. And that's been sticking in my head over and over again about these Elden Ring bosses. Because a lot of these guys have moves that kill you in really snappy ways, like this stupid thing. Or that stupid thing. Like, I don't mind if a big telegraphed attack like that is a one-shot. Because seriously, like, figure it out, don't get hit by it. And I'm not talking about casual play, I'm talking about level 1. At level 1, Slave Knight Gale, the final boss in all of Dark Souls, pretty much doesn't one-shot you. Just gonna roll out of that. Most bosses in Elden Ring feel a lot like fighting the Nameless King. Okay, that also has a blast on it. So the first sequence I dodged, I could have gone for a leaping attack, but I couldn't tell if he was done. So that's the trick. It's not only that I have to avoid the attacks, I have to figure out when he's actually done attacking. And it's a never-ending puzzle for these Elden Ring bosses to figure out when the heck they're actually done attacking. Because they just magically extend their combos forever sometimes. That's why Malekith got slowed down. Because there are some combos in his second phase, I think, that he could just keep doing and never ever actually stop. You wind up having to dodge like a 12 attack sequence before you got to do anything. And that's why the boss got nerfed. Upheaval? Yeah, I don't think this first phase necessarily got changed at all. This is very tolerable when you get down to it. It's a little annoying sometimes because you've got the random damage attack and he loves throwing a bunch of projectiles. And there's that, but that's on me. Like, I don't need to be there. Oh. I really need to figure out when that burger place is opening, because I do want burgers. And I've got a buddy who is... Okay, it says temporarily closed, so that branch still hasn't opened. I know the guy who is the manager of a burger joint that is going to be opening over at the Franklin Farms Shopping Center in Herndon. So I'm trying to figure out when that branch is going to open up so I can pop in, say hello, get myself some food. He used to attend my LARP. So it's the least I could do to show up and show him my support. Also because it's a good friggin' burger place. Mostly, I'm a sucker for a good milkshake. And they got, like, some nice high-quality milkshakes. I heard there was actually a high-quality milkshake place over in One Loudon on Route 7. That was referred to, it's called The Yard. Knew I could prompt that attack with that. Okay. I need more blue. Upheaval. That's a really friendly choice of attack pattern right there. Yes, do that. Do that. That's really good. I didn't get the dodge timing right. That being said, I didn't get the dodge timing right, but also I didn't have an opening after that attack anyway. He was going to go up on the pillar and go off to wherever else. He's probably going to do 3 attacks from the air. And then some other crazy thing. So I still don't know how to get him to land safely when he starts doing that junk. I'm assuming he has one version of landing that happens with one timing if you happen to be close to him, and one version of landing... Now, I've seen the other version he does, where he'll do 3 projectiles and then dash at you from the air. And I'm assuming that his landing after that is unsafe for him. And you could get at least a jump attack. Maybe something better. Can't take advantage since I took damage. It's too early. Upheaval. Oh, he didn't decide to do the rear up attack on that. Dang it. I didn't realize where I was standing relative to him. His double slash is pretty lethal. I do think I'm going to have to watch some videos on the second phase, because I'm just not going to be able to figure out enough of the second phase through these attempts where I just die before I land 2 hits. He's got more than enough going on during that phase. The damage is just too high for me to scout, which is absurd because, like, as I was saying before, and as I'm going to keep saying every single time, the final boss of the DLC of Dark Souls 3, his damage was low enough that I could scout the fight with him. And I could learn that fight without having to watch reference videos if I want to. I did wind up watching some reference videos because I'd been playing the game for, like, you know, umpteen hours. And I was not really in the mood. But largely, I could figure this stuff out for myself. I could figure his first phase out for myself, that boss. The second phase was still just not killing me. I'm not confident I want to take like smaller options there. Like, I could take just one heavy attack without taking the charged heavy. I could be dual wielding like everybody's friggin' doing and just taking dual wielding attacks on that opening. It's just lame, man. I just want to hit with my big chunky axe and play the game without having to be mandated to say I need X armor to use this weapon because I'm gonna take damage, definitely, no matter what I do. It's just the openings to use this weapon. The openings to use this weapon don't actually exist in Elden Ring. Oh, I'm getting salty again. Oh boy. That just misses? Alright. Phase 2. Red drink. I dodged too early. Would you like to stop burning, please? So that attack, he just plunged his sword to the ground and did a triple slashing AoE that was bigger than 4 of his character model, like stacked on top of each other. All right. I'm gonna have to take a break on Malekith. So I'm actually gonna take a break on Malekith and check out the other super frustrating fight that is on the table. So this fight, I think I die if I take any hit anyway. Are there hits I can take where I don't die? That's a good question. I'm gonna try fighting with the big boy gear and see if I can get away with it or not. But I need to swap. I need to swap off to the Great Jar's Arsenal to keep this at a medium load while still using this armor. I'm gonna see if I'm actually able to land hits with this. I've seen a version of this fight that uses the Great Club. So we're gonna try that and see what this looks and feels like. Again, I need to get accustomed to her basic attack patterns again. I think the range might be the deal breaker on the Great Axe, actually. Of all things, I think it might be the range that makes this untenable. Well, I definitely can't do that particular leaping attack into her. The damage is hilarious. But I can't actually try that. Not while she's just standing there. I need for her to have done something first to allow me to get that hit. Okay, so my rolling attack did not come out fast enough to throw her off of her attack. All right, let's try the other weapon that I know can do this. But it's entirely likely that I need to get in a lot more studying before I can try to do this. Now with this, it's still heavy load with the Great Jar's Arsenal, but I think this boss is a little less rude in terms of the amount of damage he does. So I think I can use the Ritual Sword here. Yeah, there's basically no healing during this fight anyway. If I take a hit, I'm gonna die. Largely. There are maybe 2 or 3 safe times to heal in the entire fight. Like, just the way the fight works. I want to showcase at least getting her to her first use of Flurry. I know I could do that before. So let me just remember enough of the fight to do that again. I'm heavy rolling. I thought I specifically got out of heavy load. I think the talisman put me overweight. That's super annoying. Yup, the talisman put me overweight. So I should be able to, like, change the greaves, right? Signature exile greaves. Okay. And also, there's no way to ever land a charged attack on this character ever, ever, ever. So, change this out. There's no reason to take intelligence or anything like that. Damage negation doesn't matter. Getting a single hit doesn't matter. Sure, we'll go with extra maximum HP. Oh, that's fun. It doesn't actually refill the max HP when you drink it. Why? But why? Right. I have to respect that. It's funny how much faster it looks when other people do this. Okay. I am loosely remembering that the boss has two kinds of stepping away attacks. And dodging in on her double slash is meaningless, as it is for most of her attacks. So I need to start an offensive, and then I need to get her on her empty sidestep. I need to dodge and reply on her kick. Right? Lost my nerve. So the attacks from this weapon are staggeringly slow, and I'm remembering that. Like having to do this here and now, it feels very uncomfortable. Like, this weapon feels less comfortable than the battle axe, which is nutty, but it is the truth. All right. I remember I was trying this for a bit with the fire longsword. And using the flame shrouding cracked here, possibly even like fire scorpion charm, but it looks like the damage on that is less than ritual sword talisman, so I'm not going to worry about that. But actually, how does it compare to the Star Scourge heirloom? Higher damage by 6, not important. 582 AR is not that bad. Melania responds to healing all over the place. Generally by using a prosthetic attack. Still, I think this is like, using this weapon seems fine. I could take it to plus 25. She is the goddess of rot. I have to wonder if these the particular plants that are here have a kind of symbiosis with rot, because it's true that most of the stuff around here doesn't have a lot of rot in it. The Halig tree itself is not that rot heavy. Some of the enemies around here have it, but not a lot. I think that the rot within her has been suppressed for a very, very long time. She doesn't cause rot with her basic attacks during phase 1 either. Oh, that's grabbed. Dead. Now, she herself is very rotted. Her, she's got a prosthetic arm. I think one of her legs is also a prosthetic. I wonder if there's ever a time to hit her with Flame of the Redmanes. That would be interesting. And that would be sufficiently different from a regular fight. Maybe after her jump, actually. I didn't react to that fast enough. But I didn't die by pressing. I didn't die by pressing X. So that's good. Yeah. This gal does have a second health bar, and her second health bar, she will start rotting everything. Mostly me. Well, I'm using a fire sword. I don't have time to throw pots in this fight. No way, no how. I was not quite in a range I needed to be in. But yeah, if I took out a pot to throw it, she'd just kill me, basically. She'd take the damage, but I would die. Because she'll respond to me hitting X and do either the dash or the triple attack. And either one of those will kill me. I could also try equipping a buckler and going back to like a half parry strat. I think that's just more complicated though than just doing attacks. That was too early for my dodge. I mean, I guess I could try with the buckler. I actually want to see if I can get a hit with Flame of the Redmanes. Because that would be hype as heck. It'd give me a lot more to work with in terms of the fight. It's an experiment. Dead. I backed up to heal, she said no, but I actually hit her with Flame of the Redmanes. So it's possible. And that might make it possible to hit her with criticals as well. Like, a lot more easily. Although, if I do hit her with a critical, she is a fast enough opponent that I can get the critical stab on her, and she can stand up and punish me before I can heal after doing that. Which is insulting to the notion of the game. My range was too short. Blip. hate that triple attack. I mostly hate that backdashing it gets you killed before you can actually respond. Just don't like it. Dang. There's some promising stuff going on there. Because I'm able to hit her with Flame of the Red Mains and then keep attacking her afterwards, because she'll be in a stagger. Unless she does very specific things to come out of that. So, let me try that again. I'm pretty sure I can get her up to the point where she's going to use the Flurry. Problem is, dodging the Flurry is, requires a miracle. It's not quite a miracle, but it's pretty close. The specific name of the Flurry is Waterfowl Dance, which we get to know as the players because that's the attack you get for using her weapon. My attack was a little slow. Basic approach again. Attack was too slow. Yeah, I should have just taken another 2 neutral hits on her, or dodged. But I didn't realize in time that that's what I had the option to do, so I didn't do it. Oops. She's like just out of reach. Also, she did the like overhead slash 3 times. What the heck? I was getting concerned for my stamina. I should have just kept using Flame of the Red Mains though, because apparently that kind of works, give or take. It's definitely a strat I haven't seen for fighting her. Right, I forgot that's how that works. And I dodged backwards, so I die. I forgot that after the third slash, her next slash will turn her fully around. So I have to either attack before she finishes the 3-hit combo, or I need to dodge the attack that happens afterwards, and then reply. That's how that one works. It's been too long. I haven't fought this boss in, I think, 3 weeks. So it's tricky. I just want to make sure I can get back to Waterfowl Dance. the wrong time to go for that stab. If I had gone for another dodge, I might have gotten a stun. So evidently, the fight between Melania and Radahn so long ago basically wound up in a mutual knockout. It was a tie. Somebody had to carry Melania back here. Gee, I would like to stop dodging and have stamina back again. Anything like that? The thing I don't like about Melania's fight is actually the baseline kit for her is too sweepy. Like, every attack she does hits these, like, 60-degree angles around her. I'm not a fan of that. And that is the specific issue I take with the fight. Because, like, see that? And it's a mix of things being sweepy and her suddenly getting armor. Armor frames. Because a lot of the fight's flow is based around punishing her when she doesn't have armor. And then she suddenly gets armor and hits you. There's about 3 or 4 things that she gets armor for. The kick is the nastiest, I think. Is this one she gets armor, but you have long enough to, like, compensate? Oh, yeah. I had no idea what she was doing. But it was the kick. The kick is not lethal on its own. You have to have taken some other damage for it to actually kill you. But, eh. It's armored for her and armor breaking for the player. Like, if you have a shield out, it'll open you up. Right, that's the wrong way to deal with that. I'm supposed to dodge it when she's doing that sidestep, because she has 2 different sidesteps. The empty sidestep, she faces towards me. It's a strafe. And that's one where I hit her when she lands. That one is a slashing sidestep where she is facing away from me during the sidestep. And that one I'm supposed to dodge. That sequence was ridiculous. That was so exhausting. And it, because twice she decided to, after I had stunned her, she went into the kick, giving her armor. And then thankfully I was able to adjust. But then she went from the kick into the leap twice, into the leaping cut twice. Test what I said before. No, I actually do have enough time to heal on that. I do not have stamina. I ran out of stamina just like conducting the fight normally. Because of just the speed of things she decided to do. And also because in this game you don't get stamina back while you're performing a critical, which I think you do in some of the other Dark Souls games. But I got her to Waterfowl Dance, which was part of my goal. She technically did Waterfowl Dance after I was dead. And that is what I wanted to see. Not after I was dead, specifically, but... Bad buffer dodge. The thing that is nice about Melania's second phase is that it's actually fairly similar to her first phase. There are only a couple new things that she actually does in second phase. It's still very much within the realm of, you know, making a mistake about this new behavior will cost you. But unlike Malekith, Malekith is like completely transformative in his second phase. But Melania's second phase does a lot of the same stuff. I waited too long to attack. There's actually kind of a case where one of those messages popping up kind of really bothered me there. I think I'm actually just going to drop all those groups. It's a bit of a shame, because I do like the camaraderie, and I do like having the highlighted messages, the bloodstains from other people that I might know, the occasional boost of souls is theoretically nice, or runes. But that actually covered up an important part of the screen, so... She went for the grab after that. Okay. I didn't know that could happen. Melania, I don't think she actually has many combos. I think she just has a lot of singular fast actions. If she does have a combo, then it's just kind of yes. She could just string things into things forever. She has maybe 2 attacks that actually end what she's doing. I ran out of stamina, and I could not avoid the kick. So that is a thing that I can't use the Flame of the Redmane's punish too many times, because it's actually just too expensive. Because of the way her attack sequences work. Her sequences have literally no break, so... I will actually run myself out of stamina if I just try to punish everything she does. I have to let her go at a certain point to get my stamina to recover. Or I have to let an opening pass. I think is patently ridiculous. Ay, ay, ay. So I see part of what's going wrong. Her stagger's not guaranteed when I'm hitting her with Flame of the Red Mains, because sometimes she goes into an armored attack, and then she doesn't get staggered. I'm free to act at that time, but when she behaves like that, it's draining my stamina too much. Just because she busts out an armored attack in the middle of something. Dead. That was an input read death. Oh, she dashed half the usual distance because she collided with a slope in the terrain, and it made her attack come out faster. This is why you're not supposed to design bosses that, like, push this hard, because random stuff happens and it becomes unfair. Literally, she sidestepped into a slope and it sped up her attack pattern. That was on me. My dodge was too early. I'm only going to do this a couple more times, and then I'm going to log off for a bit. I'm going to order some food and simmer down. And then later tonight, I think I'm going to jump online for some Dead by Daylight. Attack was a little slow on that, but it was okay. Oh, the kick. The kick has a real tendency to get me when I'm trying to stuff out her attacks. And being aggressive and stuffing out her attacks is almost absolutely the way to fight the boss, so... I just want to see real quick if I can remember any of the parry timings at all. So, real quick, we're going to try a version of the fight where I occasionally parry something. Oh, it buffered from that far out? Wow. And I accidentally traded shots there. Yeah, I think holding a buckler is just going to get me in trouble. Unless I get really, really, really good at it, it's just going to make this messier. Okay, that is all I'm going to do for now. So I'm going to take a break from this before I get even saltier. I'm going to do some more homework on these fights that I'm trying to get through. Um, Possibly some other quest chains, because there's another gal who's supposed to be around here. But I think maybe I need to beat Melania before I can interact with that. I think it's over in here. I'm not sure. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Thank you for joining. This has been Jupiter Exile. I hope you wander again soon.